Okay, guys, we got our asset handed to us yesterday, so Bitcoin been crashed pretty bad in all crypto markets. So let's see what the hell is going on. Yes, so yesterday Bitcoin went below six figure and it went 99, 98 thousand, which is it haven't been uh it haven't been for all over 180 days. I think it was last time Bitcoin was below 100,000 was July or June. So it was ain't pretty at all. Everybody was freaking out. Environment pretty bad in on the market. We're not even talking about altcoins, how bad it was. But yeah, Bitcoin went, let's see, on the 24 hours. Bitcoin went 99, but went all 99, 98,000 twice yesterday. And today we got little recovery. So it went around 104,000. Yeah, so ain't looking pretty, but it is what it is. So yeah, here's the how market looking today after a big dump. Of course, it's a little recovery, but it's even close where we've been dumping for the last month since 1010. So of course, I would think main reason it was government shutdown. It been longest government shutdown, and of course, even if it's a S&P 500 pumping, but stock market is, crypto market is very shaky, and we've been manipulated, and everybody thinks we're in a bear, and maybe that's the end. So let's speculate. Let's see what's going on in the market. So yeah, like I said, government been shut down. It's longest in history. After 35 days without funding and shutdown is continuing. Senate has now failed 14 times to reopen government. Yep. And on the macro news, apparently, like half a day ago, China removes 24% of the tariffs on US imports. Like you guys see, it's always all of these tweets. Trump threatened China, vice versa. Of course, it started everything from here, from the United States, from Trump, and all this manipulation. And we got affected so bad. And this market, especially 2025, 2024, ain't looking pretty at all. We look good into Trump inauguration. It would pump all time high, but then it's been so manipulated behind the curtains. I don't know who, with the government, with their family, so big whales overall, but I guess it's a normal thing, for the crypto. So we just shouldn't be shake up, but many people pretty much sell all their crypto asset, and just walk away, which is maybe smart, maybe not. We'll see. It's all speculation. Fear and greed index right now it's an extreme fear at 23. Yesterday was 21, so it's going to be another update in 30 minutes, but we'll see. It might be probably go below 20, but not far away, maybe 18, 19. So yeah, last month, since we're pretty much running on a fear, and from the, if we can see, it was the lowest we had since February 27. Yep, and it was another time market dumped so hard. And usually in times like that, on a ex, max extreme fear, it's a good time actually to purchase. Of course, we're already tired of the winning and buying the dips, but usually that's why it's always nice to have holding the money or stable coins on the sidelines a little bit, 10% or whatever, however people feel like. But usually we all are fully unliquid in market because we all jump in on stocks, on crypto, on altcoins, and we have nothing left, everything in the market. That's why everybody's getting upset. And times like that ain't looking pretty. But like we can see, actually, Bitcoin ETF been outflowing for the last week, and today we have a BlackRock just bought 40,000 K Bitcoin worth of 4 billion on average price of 100,000. So yeah, BlackRock keep accumulating, and also we just got released Solana ETF, and it's been actually as a price action, Solana went to shit, which is kind of sad. Usually on ETF news, like Ethereum or Bitcoin will start pumping, but it doesn't look pretty. Environment doesn't, macro doesn't look pretty. So, but we still have inflows of the 284 millions of into Solana ETF, which is really nice. If we compare to the Ethereum, which is Solana was 5 times, Ethereum 5 times more compared to Solana, and of course Bitcoin is a huge asset. But yeah, it's just beginner start, and it's no outflows, which is even more nicer. And from George, markets just ripped on Supreme Court news. The court signaled it may roll back to the Trump era tariffs that would mean less inflation pressure and more room for the Fed cut sooner. Equities and crypto both react immediately on prediction market like Kalshi and Polymarket odds that court keeps tariffs dropped around 30%. Traders are clearly repositioning. This is a kind of policy shift that affects liquidity, and when liquidity expectations changed, risk assets are usually first to respond. So yeah, situation doesn't look pretty. All economies pretty much went to shit. But why I do not think it's a bear market, because around the environment with the Fed cut is just starting, and especially in the May, Trump gonna choose his own Fed guy who's pretty much gonna be his puppet, and Trump wants to cut the rates until almost 1%, which is, if we look back in 2020, 2021, it was 0%. So 1% in our time, in 2025, 2026, it will be pretty sick. And crypto markets will be pumping. Stock market's probably going to go further down the line, and our real estate and overall economy going to start pumping, and they're going to inject more money. Because with the Jerome Powell, we're having problems. He's pretty much more hawkish, and he doesn't really following the Trump, and they have a beef with each other, so they don't want to he doesn't want to cut the rates, but future guy is gonna be a puppet of the Trump, and Trump gonna tell him what to do, and he'll do it. So I think that's the reality. So we'll see. That's why I think we still not in the bear market, and it just doesn't seems right. Of course, we have first leg of the bull. Of course, we went all the way till 15 grand on Bitcoin and end up all the way till 126,000, which is crazy. Same with Solana, all the way from $10 to $300. So could we say that already bull market was we had it or not? I'm sure yes we are, but I think we have more gas left in the tank. So we'll see. And yeah, Trump is always talking about crypto, which is nice, but then he's speculating and manipulating the market, and we all dump, which is no fun.
to embrace a vital industry here in Miami. I've also signed historic executive orders to end the federal government's war on crypto. Crypto is under siege. It's not under siege anymore because it's a big industry. It's a big industry, and I have a lot of people that are great people, great business people. They're in other businesses, but they're in crypto too. And it takes a lot of the pressure off the dollar. It does a lot of good things, but we're into it. Biden was vicious on crypto. They were going after these crypto guys. It was terrible. They were under indictment, but I got indicted too. I got indicted. I made a phone call. Congratulations on your victory. He made a phone call. Let's indict him. These people are the worst. Then they say, he's gone after Comey. They indicted me. They impeached me. They did everything. It's unbelievable. Who the hell else could have taken that? Do you guys know anybody else?
Yeah, so as always, he's talking smack. But yeah, they apparently promoting crypto, and he even say he doesn't want that China take over and be number one crypto country. He wants to bring all crypto projects, and so it will be all United States. It's nice of him. Maybe he should just talk less and just do more. I mean, he do something for the crypto. I'm not talk about his policies and politics. I'm not going politics and that. So all of us have different opinions, and yep. So from Ali, Bitcoin has seen average 60% drop each time it has lost the 50 week SMA and support. Today it would be point to 40,000. So yeah, people pretty much separate in two camps, bears. I mean, it's always been bears and bulls, and nobody knows actually what's going on from all of those people. But yeah, tensions in the market doesn't look pretty, but yeah, we still have to be here. We still follow it, and be aware what's going on. So from then crypto, total crypto market cap lost its main support and swept the 10th of the October low until price gets back above 3.5 trillion market. I expect sentiment to be relatively bearish. That's the key area to retake to change this around daily time frame. Wouldn't surprise to see us for a range around this area, and then from there we can see. Yeah, it's from 1010. It was happened quick week from 120, I think, thousand to 101, but it was quick week. But now we pretty much dropped down below that, and we cannot afford to drop. Oh, that's the total market cap, but yeah, we cannot afford drop below 100,000 because it's a big line between 6 and 5 figures, and if we're gonna drop down, it's not gonna look for the some time. It's not gonna look pretty. If we have quick week like last night, it's all right. So we need to see next couple days, couple weeks where we're gonna go from there. From Bitcoin archive, just in Bitcoin supply at loss reached 30%. This level has historically preceded major rallies. So yeah, pretty much that's well, after every dump, usually we have a pump, but it depends. But on the graphs shows historically that's what we have. We just need to see it. From Marilyn the Trader, Bitcoin loves to shake the first, then pump. November 1st, 2024, minus 5% fake out, then 50% vertical move. November 1st, 2025, minus 10% flush. Just printed. Same day, same pattern, but double the fear. If play books repeat, buckle up. Yep, Bitcoin usually trades sideways, then roughly pumping hard and dumping hard, and same way is pumping hard. So that's the historically what happened, and then we have a dump. We'll see What's gonna happen with that? And from Gordon, the U.S. government shutdown could end this week. Last time it ended, BTC rallies 50% in just 3 months. Bear will be punished again. Yep, I remember previous shutdown, last previous shutdown. Yeah, and it was Bitcoin rally so hard. And I don't know how long we have left. Couple days, couple weeks, hopefully, couple days, no more, before we reopen. I'll see what's going on with the crypto market. But we still, like we talked a couple days ago, I expecting it will be too very volatile to the upside and to the downside. But like we see, always happen to the downside, which is not pretty. From Bitcoin Magazine, fun fact: Bitcoin has gone down more than 20% 7 times in this cycle. By the dip. Yep, by the dip. There's no money left for a dip. So 23, 20, 20, 22, 20. Yeah, and of course, Bitcoin's right now a bigger asset. Before Bitcoin dropped 50, 60, 70, 80%, but now we have six-figure asset. It's harder to drop. And of course, it's going to be steeper and steeper drops further down the road. And I'm sure when we're gonna have $1 million Bitcoin, we're gonna had a drop to the 800,000 over 1 week. It's gonna be brutal, but that's the reality of the crypto market, and that's the reality of the Bitcoin. But then it's gonna be probably less than 20%. And so, yep. From Crypto Rover, Altseason is delayed, not canceled. Well, we are in Bitcoin season right now, but we've been in pretty much Bitcoin season, 60% dominance of Bitcoin for quite a bit of time, 58, 60. Stop panicking, just watch here. Next alt season starts on November 8th. Every alt season begins on the same day following specific pattern. Don't miss your chance. Interesting take, interesting graph. Yep, it's coming. No, maybe not. From Crypto Jam, if you scared, just look at this. Alt season 2017 started at 35% drop. Alt season 2021 started after the 37% drop. And here we go. Are we gonna have alt season? Well, my personal opinion, we have pick or choose for the altcoins, and we had, like I talked before, alt season for the Ethereum, for Solana, for the top coins, that legit coins, and of course we have some like meme coins, some shitty ass coins that manipulated by big whales, of course, and we have big dumps and pumps for them. And now we have actually private coins like Zcash. It's pumping like a crazy. Then what's the another one here? Dash was pumping like a crazy. So privacy coins right now in trend. I'm surprised Monero is not pumping. So let's get back to here we go. This is news from Ohio. I found this take interesting. Let's listen.
Another record set today by the price of Bitcoin. How many of you understand it? I don't. I can't teach you about it, but today I talked with a financial advisor who believes you need to learn more about it. Ray House2 watches the financial station for a Bitcoin price. There it is right there.
92,600.
Another record-setting day.
I absolutely advise everybody to do your homework on it, to research this. It is something that you need to know and learn about.
Ray House2 is a financial advisor. He was a doubter at first on Bitcoin, but he studied it, finding a paper which explained the blockchain technology Bitcoin is based on.
And I read that and I was blown away by it because I just wanted to find a reason to tell people this was garbage, and I couldn't.
House2 can't say whether you should buy it or not. Every person's situation is different. He believes demand for Bitcoin right now is based on two things:
The SEC approved it for exchange-traded products, and Donald Trump embracing digital assets.
That Bitcoin is the network itself. So the government can't control it, a bank can't control it, the central banks can't control it. And that's part of the reason that people are excited about it.
Bitcoin seemed more like a gaming token and novelty instrument when it started 15 years ago. Now it's recognized like other investments which are centuries old.
But if there was silver and oil and everything else.
House 2 believes Bitcoin has proven that it's here to stay.
It's like gold, only it's much more efficient than gold. You don't have to pay to store it. You don't have to pay to transport it. You don't have to pay to protect it. You don't have to cut, with gold, you can't cut slivers off to pay for things. All those you can do with Bitcoin.
Now, so, guys, what's the most nicest take from this video, personally, for me, that financial advisors right now promoting crypto and Bitcoin, which is pretty much blowing my mind. They are very conservative. They hate crypto before. They thought it's scam. It's using only for the illicit activities. But now financial advisors trying and pushing, putting a balance on their pretty much assets as a part of the stocks and portfolio investments. Put next to the stocks Bitcoin, 1, 2, 5, or 10% of your portfolio into Bitcoin and other crypto assets, which is, I think it's really cool. And from day to day, it's increasing amount of the portfolio. So everybody pretty much jumped on train. Wall Street's jumping on Bitcoin train. That's really cool news and adoption happening. So Hal Finney, that's the OG of the Bitcoin, and possibly, which is I believe or speculate, I think that's the number one prediction, that Hal Finney was the creator of Bitcoin. He's passed away already. So Hal Finney, current estimates of total worldwide household wealth I have found range from 100 to 300 trillion with 20 million coins. That gives each coin value about 10 million. So he was predicted it's going to be around from 100 to 300 trillion asset. It's going to be bigger than gold. I'm sure it's going to be Bitcoin eventually going to be break the gold and go higher than gold as a asset wise. And from Vivek, it's a Raul Paul. Really cool guy. I like the guy so much. Given so much thoughts on the crypto, and just overall, he's from traditional market, but he moved to the crypto market.
Just on technology and crypto, with crypto being the single most important bet of all time. Mm-hmm. And where we are today in that journey is we're a $4 trillion asset class. That's pretty good for a new asset class. But if we extrapolate the trend rate of network adoption, we get to $100 trillion within 8 years. So we're already 4% of the way there. Just on technology and crypto, with crypto Bitcoin. And where we are today in that journey is we're a $4 trillion asset class.
Yep, that's it.
That's pretty good for a new asset class.
He's been saying actually for a couple of years that it's going to be Bitcoin is going to be 100 trillion asset. We'll see. And here's from Adam Back, actually.
Bitcoin
he's predicting 200 trillion market cap.
More of a gold competitor, so it has an investment component, and of course the adoption story as it gains use is what's driving it. I think eventually it will reach full adoption. We don't know where that will be.
What does that look like?
What does full adoption look like? So I think the one target is gold, and gold values are quite high at the moment because of the macro hedge phenomena where governments will buy gold in times of uncertainty. And so, but even there, with the current Bitcoin price level, it's within about a factor of 9 of reaching the gold market cap. And then the larger addressable market for monetary premiums in different assets, like housing, there's a lot of monetary premium there where people will buy an apartment and not use it, not even rent it out, just as an investment vehicle, right? So you see a lot of underused housing premium in the housing sector in different countries, and obviously premium in shares in the stock markets and bonds and other forms of alternative assets. And so, how Finney actually estimated that to be 200 trillion, and surprisingly, he did this in I think 10th of January 2009, before there were any transactions in any market value. So it's quite a kind of forward-looking estimate, but it seems to be still, considered a reasonable estimate of the size of that addressable market. Now we don't know, how much of that Bitcoin will capture. So there's a bit of conjecture there, but it seems logical that, if the institutional adoption continues and the retail interest continues, that Bitcoin could get there.
So he's talking about Bitcoin being most liquid asset, and you pretty much, when you can accumulate and save in Bitcoin, you can buy a house, you can take a loan through your Bitcoin, and you don't need to sell it, and you're not gonna pay capital, you're not gonna pay the taxes if you take a loan towards Bitcoin. And with the new system and with the crypto DeFi system, you can take a loan for the single digits of percent, not like credit cards and loans in the banks get 10, 20 and over percent, which is ridiculous. And from Brian Armstrong, CEO of Coinbase,
we'll see Bitcoin get into the millions, multiple millions price range. I mean, it's being adopted by more and more institutional customers. The ETFs brought in a huge amount of inflow. If we get clear legislation passed in the US, that would be a big milestone. A strategic Bitcoin reserve. If the US took that path, probably the rest of the G20 would follow. In fact, I've discussed with a number of finance ministers here in Switzerland from different countries around the world, just the idea of a strategic Bitcoin reserve. They're getting more interested in it now because the US is looking into it. So I think Bitcoin has a long way to go. It's going to be the new gold standard out there. And crypto is really much bigger than that, too. It's about payments. I think
it's a new gold standard, and it's a new world standard to me. So it's going to be bigger than gold, bigger than anything else. And yeah, that's the actually cool news. Last news for today. It's actually my hometown. Kazakhstan just said they are considering selling their gold reserve to buy Bitcoin, which is interesting. I don't know if they just talking smack or they're really considering to buy it. So that would be nice if it's worldwide, like Salvador and other countries like Bhutan gonna get adopted as a Kazakhstan. That would be good. So yep, guys, that's all I have for today, guys. Yeah, just sit around, relax. It's a rough time on market. We don't know where it's gonna go, but I'm pretty positive, and you guys should be positive. Just hold the spot, accumulate more Bitcoin, do your own research. None of this financial advice. Well, speculators here, nobody knows where we're going, but in the future, we're going up and to the right. So that's the reality of Bitcoin and crypto market. So thanks so much, guys. Peace out.